Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're learning how to do bubblegum crochet. This is the most simple gum crochet. There are numerous ways of crocheting gum pattern. In general, there are lots of options for gum crochet method, just like there are lots of model directions. Today, I'll show you one of the most simple ways in my opinion. It's the most elastic. So let's begin with this one, and in the following videos, I'll show you other ways of tying crochet gum patterns. Follow my channel so you don't miss anything. All interesting model directions can be found on my channel. So today I grabbed a 3-5 hook and an appropriate thread. I want to note that the thread I'm using is cotton. Of course, cotton for elastic gum pattern isn't the obvious choice. But I'll show you why I say this method is the most elastic. Because even cotton will be lovely for our gum crochet pattern. Follow the link in the description and grab your step-by-step guide on how to earn your first $1,700 crocheting by tomorrow with the help of my own crochet techniques. This method and this gum pattern will have beautiful and straight edges. It's very stretchy, even though the thread has no stretch to it whatsoever. Nevertheless. So, we must cast on. For learning purposes, let's cast on a random amount of stitches. You already know the first stitch. For those that don't know, subscribe to my channel and find my videos for beginners. Those who know, let's move on. So, we did a loop. Try not to tighten it too much in order to eventually tie a straight edge. I'll demonstrate later. Usually, we do the first loop this way. And I often tighten it up to here. See, a little knot. In this case, it's better not to tighten so hard. Do a light loop, like that. And make sure it stays open a bit. Don't pull tight till the end. And so let's cast on the most simple chain stitches. All right, let's cast on 20 as an example. Depends on which thread you've got. And so you look for yourself now. If your thread is very thin and you've chosen a thin hook, then cast on a bit more. I will try 20. We'll see now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. You know, even 15 is enough. I cast on 15 chain stitches. And so I cast on 15 chain stitches. My hook is 3, 5. The thread is relative to the hook. You can do gum crochet with any thread to a point where even cotton thread can turn out for a great result. But generally, acrylic and stretchier yarns are fan favorites. So I cast on 15 chain stitches as an example, and take 1 turning chain. And so we begin. Let's make our connecting posts or loops depending on what you prefer. So we insert the hook into the second loop, pull out the thread, and right away insert it through the loop on the hook. Now again, we have a loop on a hook. Here's the following loop, and we again take out working thread through the 2 loops. Well, pretty much this is our pattern for the first row. Meaning we crochet the connecting posts, or the connecting loops, depending on how you want to call it. And in this way, we will continue till the end. When you start crocheting a gum pattern, try not to tighten the first loop as you cast on. See, mine is loose. You don't see this knot. Generally, I always tighten the first loop. In this case, we're crocheting a gum pattern, and it's recommended not to tighten so that you can insert back into this loop. For you to easily insert the hook, just make sure it stays loose. It's needed for the edge to stay straight, otherwise this tail will stand out and this edge. It won't be nice. I'll show you. We crochet till the end. Initially, this would be a tightened stitch, but I left it in an open state, and I simply bring the hook through and crochet a stitch. And I get a straight edge, otherwise there would be an awkward tail, so we've crocheted the first row. Next, what do? It's important to remember which way you're turning for the remaining crocheting. Crocheting will go in one direction, then the other, so we will be constantly turning if it's not in a circular gum. We will later learn how to make a circular gum pattern. In this case, it's not a circular one. It'll be going like this in its width. That's why we cast on a turning chain. Always at the end of the row, we cast on a turning chain. And here you see we get a straight row. It comes out straight. I usually turn like this. So, we've done a turning chain. Now the tail is over on this side. Now look carefully, we've done connecting loops for the first row. For all remaining rows, we crochet the same connecting posts. But we'll be tying over only one half of the loop. You see, the loop consists of two halves. Here's one, here's another. We tie the farther half away from us. So not the first half, which is closer to us, but the second. Into the second loop from the hook, here's our hook. Here's our first loop. Into the second back wall, we insert and crochet a connecting stitch. This way we crochet all stitches in the back. Bring through and crochet right away. So our way of going is connecting posts throughout the entirety of the gum pattern. But be aware that we have to tie in through the back in each row away from us. Meaning not the first half of the loop as I showed, but the second. Here, the second. And we crochet like this till the end of the row. At the end of the row, we do another turning chain. Reverse the direction the same way we did earlier. You can turn the opposite way, but then you'll have to turn to that side only. Remember which way you turned the first time. And we continue. You see, I'm demonstrating on this type of thread because it's convenient. It's not fuzzy. The stitches are clearly visible. But at the same time, it's not the thread that, let's say, is meant for gum patterns. It's cotton paper-like. But you'll see. Now we'll crochet a larger scale model and you'll see. Here we continue the second row. Look, this is our loop. Here's second. We finish up the second row and we now can see our edge stitch. Here's the second half. We gotta insert here like this. And bring through right away. These are our two rows. See, turns out straight from this side and straight from here. But it's hard to see yet, we'll crochet it now. So this way we tied and have to crochet a certain amount in order to check how stretchy our gum will be. And so this is the example piece I've crocheted. Not big at all, but enough to see that it's straight and beautiful. The edge turned out nice and straight. See, the edges are visible. And so it's stretchy like this. Look, regardless of it being cotton paper-like. So if we crochet a larger gum, then it's very, very stretchy. And most important, I like that it's straight and dense. Also over here, I've made an acrylic model, which is usually the material used. And it's pretty much the same, maybe just a bit more stretchy due to the thread being acrylic. But same as prior, see, the row turns out so nice and straight on both sides. And so imagine this is the bottom base of your piece. Here goes the gum and then the actual crochet creation. It's so beautiful, so dense, and surprisingly, very stretchy and accurate. So this approach of crocheting a gum pattern is up to my liking a lot more than other ways of doing it. But we'll check out all others as well. For all other methods, you'll just need to find the right match between thread and hook so that it also turns out nice and dense and more stretchy. Don't miss out, subscribe, and we'll learn how to crochet different ways. Also, please check out a more detailed description on how to crochet gum pattern and the model directions to this crochet method. You will find the description in my catalog below this video. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Crochet with joy. Bye, everyone.